So Steve, tell me, why are you in Denmark right now?
Well, I'm here to celebrate really the publication of Before I Go to Sleep in Danish, obviously, and because I've been invited to the Horsens Crime Festival at the weekend, so I'm here to meet crime fans and to hopefully have some fun as well. So yes.
And can you tell us, Before I Close My Eyes, what's it about?
Yeah, the book starts with a woman, Christine, who wakes up in a bed that she doesn't recognise. She doesn't recognise the bedroom that she's in, and she realises she's not alone. And so she's lying next to a man who she also doesn't recognise, and so she thinks she's had a one-night stand and been a bit indiscreet, and goes into the bathroom, and in the bathroom she sees her reflection in the mirror, and rather than seeing a young teenager or a person in their early 20s, she sees that she's actually nearly 50 years of age, and she goes back into the bedroom, rather confused and frightened, and the man in the bed explains that he's her husband and they've been married for years, and she has a rare form of amnesia, which means that when she sleeps her memories disappear, so she wakes up every day in the same state of not knowing who she is or where she is, and she has to relearn her past. So that's the kind of basic.
Yeah, how did you come up with a story like this? How did you develop the story?
Well, it started when I read an obituary of a man called Henry Malazon, who was born in the States, and he had memory loss as a result of an operation he had at the age of 27, I think. And he died when he was 82, and the obituary described how for all those years he didn't have any he couldn't form any new memories. And so I just started thinking about memory and how he must not really have even known himself and who he was. Every day, sort of even in your 50s, 60s, 70s, waking up and expecting to still be 25, and really that was where the idea came from. And I just started writing. The character of Christine just came almost fully formed, and I began to write her story, and it sort of turned into the book.
And I know obviously this is your debut novel, but what is your secret to writing a great suspense, thrilling novel?
I don't know really. I think for me it was I almost didn't know myself what was going to happen, so I just thought I was kind of just feeling my way into the story, and I think you always have to bear in mind what the reader is thinking at any time, and sort of try and play a little bit with their expectations. But I think it's important not to do it in a sort of cynical way. I don't think you can really have a kind of a recipe. I think it's just whatever feels right with the story. But I think creating interesting characters and then putting them in difficult situations probably helps.
But it seems like a very popular story. This is your debut novel, and it's already sold and read in 42 countries. How does that make you feel?
It's incredible, really. I mean, I wrote the story, and my biggest ambition was, well, first of all, that I would write a good book. And I obviously hoped I might find a publisher, but the thought that it would be published in Denmark never crossed my mind, or all the other places that have wanted to publish the book. So it's incredibly flattering that people all over the world have, first of all, have read the manuscript and thought they'd want to publish it, and secondly that readers now seem to be really enjoying it as well. So it's just a really lovely feeling that something I've written is causing people, well, I was going to say pleasure, but maybe they're also slightly frightened as well, I'm not sure. But people are enjoying the book. It's a great feeling.
Excellent. And I heard some rumours about maybe a film coming up, or is that true? Or?
Yes, yeah. The rights to the book have been sold. So Ridley Scott's film production company have bought the rights, and so they're in production at the moment. They're trying to cast the movie. I can't say too much about who might play the main character, but it's very exciting, and they're hoping to film it later on this year. So hopefully next year the movie might be out as well, which again is something I never expected, but is a really wonderful development.